All the guns you'll be seeing today are available on solware.co.uk, based in Tamworth. Hello and welcome. It's test and review day for the Kral puncher breaker Bullpup. As you can see, a little bit of a looker, a little short Bullpup, only made longer by, you've got probably 15 to 20 centimetres there of silencer on the end. But it's time to see how it can do in our test session. As you know, we use 3 targets. The first 2 targets out there are worth 50 points each, and our last target is worth 35. The first target has got 5 small targets on it. Hit the 5 bullseyes, that's 50 points. Our second target is a traditional standard target, but you need to know if you can do pellet on pellet, and you need 5 shots in the bullseye there for 50 points. So they'll give you 100 points there with the first 2 cards. Our third card has got a set of rings on it. 4 of them are the same size as a heavy duty washer, and they're worth 5 points each. And then we've got a really small one at the end, which is just over the size of a pellet. If you can get your pellet inside there, you score the 15 bonus points to give you a full score if you get it of 135. Shall we get this out there? Let's see how we can score today, and then after obviously we've done its test, we'll give it a review and see what we thought about it. Let's get it out there, let's see how it does. Okay, it's our first 2 cards. Let's see how it does today. Shot 1. Shot 1's a 10. Shot 2 is a 10. Shot 3 is a 10. Shot 4 is a 10, doing well. Shot 5 is a 10. On to the next card now, 5 shots. 10. 10. 10. Doing really well. 10. Last one now for the full 100. Yeah, get in there. Full 100, ladies and gentlemen. The Kral puncher breaker Bullpup. Let's see how it does now in the rings. So we've got 100 so far. Now it's the matter of the rings. We're in the red rings, and as I say with this test, you get 5 points for each of the big rings, which are on the top, and there's 4 of those, and then 15 points for the big bonus one. I'll just make sure we've got enough pellets to do this test, and we'll get underway. But so far, so good for the Bullpup. 5 pellets, that should do it. Right, we're loaded. Let's go then. Let's see how we get on. Shot 1. 5 points. Shot 2 is a miss. Bit of a shame actually, he's doing so well. Shot 3 is a miss. I'm going to try and help him out a little bit there. He seems to have started to go low. So try a little bit of an alteration. Although he's been shooting well earlier, it's all of a sudden dropped off. gets that one. So he's got the 110. He needs the bonus to make it a good score. I think he has. I think he's hit the bonus. Yeah, that looks like a bonus shot to me. So, he could have scored the 125, which is quite a capable score. We'll get it in and we'll do the review. Well, what can we say about our little Bullpup here? Kral, puncher breaker, Bullpup has done extremely well on test with a nice 125. And I believe that he would have done more than that if, obviously, like, you've got to remember this gun's probably had less than 30 pellets through it once it's had its test. So yeah, it's still kind of bedding in, and obviously, like you could see there, it was doing really well at the start, and then all of a sudden it started to drift off and it needed just a little bit of help to get back. But well capable gun, very accurate for what it is, and I'm not the best at shooting bullpups, I've got to be honest with you, so that says a lot for this gun. I'm not really good with bullpups. I do prefer a rifle. I think it's because I like to get myself a little bit lower down and obviously sync with the gun, and I like to feel it bedded into my shoulder, whereas with bullpups I find you can't do that sometimes. But overall it's done great. Aesthetics wise, it's a nice looking gun, it really is. I like the gripping sensation you get, as I say, it's lovely design there ergonomically to your hand, just nice for me anyway with my finger. Maybe if you've got a shorter finger than me it may be a little bit of a problem, but I think you can adjust the trigger in almost every way you want to really, so that's great. As regards your scope, it's a Picatinny fitting on the scope. Gripes with the gun, I would prefer the cocking arm to be down the centre of the gun instead of right at the back, save you having to come off target where you're looking in your scope to recock for your next shot. So that's probably one of my only gripes. There's a fitting underneath should you wish to fit a Picatinny to this, of course. It's nice. I mean, I've moved this cheek piece further back as well. It's just an Allen key in the top there. You undo that and it slides back. Gives you a little bit more, you know, movement and make it comfortable to yourself. As you know, with all Krals they have a power adjustment. Sub 12 pound, I've always said I don't know why you would, but it is there. So your safety's right at the back, just underneath the lever, which again I would have preferred to be a little bit further forward, but I think you're a bit limited for space with the bullpups, and I think you have to put them where you've got left, really, to be fair. 12 shot mag, this is the 2.2 version, of course. Performed well with the optic scope that's fitted with it. We lined it up with Acupel pellets in its test, and it's done really well with those today. As regards to its shot count, I would have thought, oh, I don't know, what's the tank on this, does it say? 280cc tank. It should be good for at least 120 shots, I would have thought. So yeah, it's an all-round, it's a good package. You will need to put in to the equation when you buy this that it just comes with a muzzle brake on the end. You will need a silencer as well, so put an extra 50, 60, 70 pounds on top of your purchase for whatever silencer you have. Obviously a scope as well to get you going, but besides that it's a lovely little gun. I mean, it's perfect for anybody who likes the short bullpups, and it is really short. Trust me, if I took that silencer off, as you can see, I've fitted quite a long silencer on there, but if I take that away, this is one of the shortest bullpups I think I've ever used. It's probably a touch shorter than a Remington T-Rex, believe it or not. But if you're into your bullpups, I'd recommend this one because it seems amazingly accurate. and it is in a really small package, so like the main reason you have a Bullpup is obviously because of the shortness of it. It's not particularly heavy, but then again it's not the lightest Bullpup I've ever had. Whether there should be any adjustment in the book pad there, I don't know, but it's a solid rubber block without any stippling. It's just a smooth rubber block on the back there, which seems quite a little bit strange. Usually you have a bit of stippling for grip on the back there, but this is just a smooth rubber block in the back. Yeah, it's done everything that you would want it to do today. I mean, 125 is a decent score on our test session. Power wise as well, it doesn't do too bad on the power. You'll have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a stiff neck and back at the moment, but the breaker Bullpup, this was done at 180 bar fill when it was tested, and his first shot was 11.43 foot-pounds, 11.67, 11.63, then 11.59, 11.55, 11.59 again, 11.51, 11.43, 11.39, 11.67, 11.55 and 11.47. So you'd say really, if you were trying to be a bit picky with it, probably levels out, its average is around the 11.5 mark, which is about right for a sub 12 foot-pound gun, to be on the safe side. So obviously if you put a bit heavier pellet in it, it would probably be a little bit more powerful. So yeah, it's quite powerful enough, and you can feel it's got a little bit of a tug to it when, like, you know, it goes off. Being a shorter gun, you do feel like that little bit more of a tug with it when it goes off. But what more do you want from a Bullpup? I'm not sure. It's small, it's compact, it's accurate, there's plenty of shots there. It's nice as well, it's a nice looking Bullpup. As I say, they're not the cheapest of Bullpups. I think these are around the £400 mark at the moment. Once you've braced into yourself there, as I say, with a scope and a silencer and possibly a bag of some kind, I would have thought you'll need, you're probably looking at getting it up and running for around, what, £550, £580 mark up and running. If it's £400, I can't remember, to be honest, because of me buying that many guns, I can't remember exactly how much these are. But yeah, it's performed well, it's done well. Yeah, as a Bullpup I'd recommend it. It's one of the better ones I've shot. I'm not really good with Bullpups, and I will openly admit that. They don't really suit me. I don't like the shortness of a Bullpup. I do prefer a rifle, but that doesn't discount of how this is done today. That means probably somebody who does shoot Bullpups regular could have probably done better than me today, and just remember that. And I scored a 125 with it. And again, I don't profess to be a crack shot either, so you imagine this in the hands of somebody who's a decent shooter. They, you know, they would do better than me. So yeah, it does get a recommendation from us here at RNC on Tour. I would recommend it, and yeah, I think if you get the chance to try one at a range somewhere, or if you're thinking of purchasing a Bullpup, it's definitely one to put on your short list. It's a good one to have. Well, that concludes our test and review today for the gun, who's done really, really well. And as I say, it gets a smiling recommendation from us here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye bye.